Good morning, everyone. I am Casey Hadel with the Elemental, and welcome to 12 weeks of channeling, where we're tapping into various ascended masters, angels, guides, ETs, and this various different elementals that I work with on an everyday basis. So today I'm going to be channeling the Lyrans from the Lyra Constellation, one of the oldest ETs that has been around. So the individual that's coming forward today, his name is Aslayn, also known as Aslaygh. It's exactly how his name is spelled, Asleigh. But I call him Aslan because he reminds me of the lion being in the Narnia movie. So it helps me really to remember his name. But he's approximately 864 years old. So he has been around this planet or other planets for many, many years, as their life cycle is very different than ours. But the Lyrans are humanoid cat-like beings, or lion beings, if you will. When I imagine them or see them in my mind's eye, they look like a giant lion in a human form. So they're not really walking on all fours, they're walking on twos, if you will. So I'm just going to take a minute to tap in and bring forward his messages for you today, and I hope you enjoy the channel. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Aslan, as Casey has said. This is how she pronounces it. So thank you for showing up. I am the Star Commander for a planetary fleet of 264, or I should say, that is what it used to be. It is now dwindled down to 26 due to the raids that happened many, many moons ago when I was just a small being. We were just like you here on planet Earth that were being ruled by the Draconians. You might know them as the giant lizard beings. I would say I'm much more presentable than that. But we had been under enslavement from them for 264 years. And like your country now, that is currently in the enslavement of the draconian beings, which is being released over all space, time, and dimension, as your consciousness, your way of being in your heart space is really creating a new version of this so-called new Earth, you might call it, but it is really an interdimensional planetary communication. We have been helping here on Earth for many, many cycles, as this is not only the first Earth that has been here. You might notice that people are either one or the other. They are either in the fifth to seventh to ninth dimension, or in the third and second dimension. The third and second dimension, I would describe it as shackles or chains that have been placed upon your humanoid structures, humanoid beings. It feels like an encapsulment of your heart, like you are not allowed to be who you are, and if you are imprisoned for it. We ask that you take this time here on planet Earth to find your breath inside of yourself, to come back to your heart space, to ask for assistance from your guardian angels, if you will, or guardian beings, your galactic guides. We are part of that. Casey is part Lyrian, as many individuals are, as our DNA has been spliced into your DNA when Homo erectus was first a being. You might know him as Sasquatch. but our DNA was spliced into your DNA. Yes? And with that created a lot of Lyrian humanoid combos. You are not all just part Lyrian. There's also Syrian and Andromedan, Targaryen, many other races that I could go on forever and days. But it's realizing that this humanoid individual that you have perceived yourself as is really not all that you are meant to be. You are really part of the stars. You are made of the fragments that came into the earth. As we wish for you to take hold of your true talents and gifts, the telepathy, the telekinesis, the inner knowings that you have shoved aside that it can possibly be. Well, it shows up all over the TV. How could you not believe this is something for you? Yes. As Casey's energy gets very big, it affects a lot of the electronics around her, for she is very telekinetic. And so we truly hope that this transmission comes through clear without interruption in this broadcast from other interference. Now I ask, going back into the original subject, who do you choose to be? Do you choose to keep yourself a very limited perspective of what humans are capable of, or do we allow ourselves to expand into our true form? This comes from our heart resonance. It is wanting to grow, to connect, to realize that you are part of such a bigger substructure. As all the things that you have been told could not be possible. That is why you make movies about them. They are possible. They are all programmed into your DNA. But first you must release the shackles that have said that you are not or incapable of holding a higher presence for yourself. The lines in your hands, like the lines upon your life, are merely timelines that are ready for you to jump into more of your meta-human form. Yes? Yes. You have the abilities, this quantum knowing and coagulation of certain distinct energies to create such wonderful balls of energy and light for others to find your transcendence. We ask for you not to be dismayed of the chaos that is occurring at the world right now, as this chaos is not just the storm, but it is a clearing. It is a clearing so that you may capitalize upon your divine space, which exists in your chambers of your heart. That is your divine space. That is your key to operating in these more Magnus vibrations. Yes, the vibrations of the sun are there to recalibrate you, to bring you up into these higher systems and light. But you must not force it to happen, but to allow yourself to miraculously unfold like a plant when it is basking in the sun. You do not force it to flower. It happens in all right timing. So as you put the energy into yourself, you naturally unfold into your more divine self, if you will, your more galactic plug-in. It is there, wanting to connect, wanting you to connect into your higher being, your higher self, this knowing that has always been there, that was programmed to be disconnected from that draconian timeline that has or is ending as this transmission is occurring. Trust in those feelings that you are receiving now as your freedom is being placed in front of you. But first, the old substructures and repression must be eliminated upon and away from your life. And we do this by removing the shackles that were placed upon you. What programming has kept you small? Has kept you believing that you're less than what you are? We ask that you take this time now to bask in the glory of the light, of the earth, of the trees. Oh, the magnificent trees. One of the things I love about earth the most is the trees. But that wonderful energy is asking you to take a look around and find the things that are placed in your life. The one thing that you can be grateful for, because when we look at all of the negativity, we program ourselves to be at that same vibration of the negativity. It does not mean that negativity does not exist. What it does mean is that we see it, we honor it, but we choose to give our energy to what we are. We choose to plug in to that energy of our own central being and the axis of the sun and the divine light that is recalibrating your soul star system. I would like to describe a little bit about what I look like so that you may understand the being you are talking to. I am Asleigh, Aslan. I am approximately 6 feet 9 inches tall. I wear this blue pelt that goes over my shoulders with gold piping. I am oftentimes in several different places at once because I am able to, what you may call, astral project my frequency and the form that I come through to as. A lot of individuals might see me differently because of the form and the perspective that creates the light that I shine through. But I am here to help you humans find your central sun in yourself, also known as your heart. We are helping to bask the earth in this frequencies of light, essentially bringing it through in a magnification and bifurcation process so that your cellular structure may take it on. You might describe me in human form as a lion, a humanoid lion, and yes, this is what I look like. I am not full Lyran, as I am actually part draconian, because realizing the draconians were enslavement, or I should say, enslaved the Lyrans on our planet many moons ago. And when we were captured, unfortunately, a lot of our females were captured and hybridized with the draconians. So I do have some 10% draconian existence in my body. A lot of the, what you may call female or women in our community are lighter in color, as I am more of a golden color. But that is because they are part Pleiadian. As we might say, we are a mix of all things in this universe, but we are mostly stardust. But my eyes are a yellow. I do look like a lion. Yes, I come from a very cold constellation where the sun is what we use to recharge to maintain our yellow colorations. We are here to help you, Earth beings, to connect with your galactic selves. This, too, this time on your planet is a revolution of sorts. It is a bifurcation process, a purging of an upgrade into a new level you may call ascension. This has been foretold for thousands of years, and it is occurring now. It is one of the most divine times on your planet. Be as it may look destructive, you must tear down the old structure so that the new energies and formations may begin to come through. We soon shall see the ETs coming out upon Earth so that we may all form in unity. For Earthlings to believe that they are alone is such a silly thing to be. But there are many beings that live in the core of the Earth that you are completely unaware of, that are very destructive on their own. Also realizing that the draconian beings had caverns there while they had enslaved other beings, and the cephalopods, beings upon your planet, can be toxic to your environment. You will find, as you tune in to the central sun, that your mind will naturally begin to absorb these light frequencies into your body. We ask that you be open to receive these new frequencies for your highest best self, so that you might operate in these higher frequencies with ease and discernment. This discernment is to help you to be able to decide what is for your highest and best self and what is just a ploy to distract your attention from your truths. This transmission is coming to an end. It has been a pleasure to come through to all of you. And we ask you to see your meta being, your meta human, your galactic self as part of the new human. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me for the transmission today, because I really appreciate you tuning into these frequencies. And I take a little time for the information that come through to write about it, or just to allow it to kind of integrate into your system, because oftentimes there are light codes that come in through the transmissions. Have a wonderful afternoon.